Alright, hello everybody. Figured I'd make a video, have some extra time, and I'm going to do one based off of a pretty simple composition that I had done last night. And that was based off of a photo that my friend had took on Long Island, New York, Long Island. That's where I had grown up. And there's a picture from Robert Moses of one of the lighthouses. And I had seen it. I asked him if he wouldn't mind if I, drew it. And he said, yeah, sure, go ahead. So I drew it last night. I painted it last night. It was a lot of fun. And just going to do it again. Another loose one based off of it. It's a very simple composition. This is the Bockingford, the blue tinted Bockingford. It's the last piece that I have. I had cut down a sheet, but I ordered some more, so I have more on the way. Just putting that there so you can kind of see it. So it's kind of experimentation with that, and it's also just me playing around. So it's just a small building, and it'll be the sky, and kind of the dead grass, and the dead reeds and whatnot, and then a little bit of just the picket fence. So I'm going to use a hake brush. I'm just going to wet my sky portion. And I'm going to try to outline around the lighthouse. Just kind of wet everything. Then I have some ultramarine on the palette from last night. My palette's pretty messy right now. Just get a wash going of that. And I'm curious to see how the whole blue tinted paper works. And just on paper in general, the one I did last night was on the Strathmore 500 series, the cotton. We'll see. Bring that down. I'm going to get some raw sienna near the horizon. And just feed that in. And then I'll get some light red, just a little bit of light white red. It's dried on my palette, but even if you just touch it with a wet brush, it kind of activates it quite a bit. So it's probably more than I wanted, but let's put that on there. Then I'll get a little bit of Payne's Gray, a bit of variation. And take a little bit, come horizontally. And that, should dry lighter and all that. So just experimenting. I know some people will be able to tell right off the bat how something would dry. They're that good. It's just experimenting, playing around. Kind of made the sky a lot more active than I did with the one last night, but just having fun. Anyway, I'm going to take the raw sienna. I'm going to do a wash down here. Kind of get it wet. And I'll just leave that dry brush effect. Kind of just a paint as you go, just having fun. And I'll get some burnt sienna. I'll feed that in. Alright, now I'm going to mix that with just some blue. I have the phthalo blue on there. It's kind of dark, but hopefully it'll fade. And this will be the background, just brush. And while I'm at it, I'm mixing the phthalo blue with the burnt sienna. And while this is wet, I can just add some darks. Okay, now I'm going to dry it off. We'll do textured, we'll do the lighthouse, and then maybe we'll be done right there. Okay, so let's work our way from the back forward. So some raw sienna mixed into the kind of dark mixture from earlier. Now, we'll get the darks. Now, I might have misspoke earlier with one of the darks that I might have been mixing the phthalo blue with the burnt umber. So I apologize if I made that mistake. But I really think that's just a fun mixture. The phthalo blue just going through the earth colors. It really provides an interesting variation. And for me, it's kind of simple going down the line with that. You know, the same thing with ultramarine, going down the line of those. So I'm just kind of feeding that in, different textures all over the place. Different dead grass. In fact, I could even switch up the stroke that's taking place. Anyway, this one's a lot more expressionist than the one I did last night. Anyway, so I'm going to take some burnt umber. I'm going to go in with the bottom portion of the lighthouse. This is just the rigger brush. It's dark, light, and then dark again. I once read that lighthouses, in order to tell the difference, the lights will flash with a different time spacing between them. That will help differentiate the lighthouse that it is for the sailors. And they did that by just having a different angle, different degree between the two lights. I think there's two lights that flash. Get a little burnt sienna, no sorry, Payne's gray on the side, kind of vary it up. Let's try everything off. I'm kind of jumping back and forth between the background lighthouse and the building around it and the foreground brush. Now, I'm going to take ultramarine blue, kind of mix it in with the red, get a little purplish gray going. Tomorrow, I assistant coach with a high school powerlifting team, and tomorrow's regionals for the girls, and then the following day is regionals for the boys. So all that noise on my phone is probably messages about that, but I need a little me time before all that craziness. That'll be fun. Now, just taking a little light mixture, kind of whatever on the palette. It just seems like whatever is light works for this. And put that on there. And when I say works for this, works for like any lighthouse that I've done. Not that I've done a lot of them, but it seems that that helps. Then I'm going to take, I think it's some vermilion that I have quite dried on the palette. I'll put that for some of these rooftops. I should have dried that one, but it's kind of an erratically shaped rooftop of this building. Then get a little dark. Put it up front. And I can take my darks and have fun with just some growth and just random some texture, make things interesting in the foreground. Take it and put a few birds. Sky. And then we'll dry it off, and then I find with this paper it takes the jelly roll really nice. This is this is just I think it's Sakura is the brand that makes the jelly rolls, and I believe it's archival ink. So I'm just gonna put that white picket fence that you see on Long Island on the barrier islands. And last night when I first did this one, I was like, oh, I really need some darks to put this on top of, so I kind of darkened this area beforehand, preparing for that. It kind of makes it interesting. So I think we'll leave it at that. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions, comments, feel free to ask. I will try to upload more stuff soon. Sorry, I'm fiddling right now and I shouldn't be doing this, but it is whatever. Just experimenting just to see what happens. Is that pen worth doing at that point, or is it not? Now I know. I'm not going to give you my answer because I haven't decided yet. All right, well, enjoy.